What's up, boo? Welcome back to my channel. The Natasha Denona Yucca palette is like taking the internet by complete storm right now in the makeup world. It's a super cute palette, but it can be a little bit expensive. It's running around $69 both at Sephora and Ulta, and as much as I like the palette, I wanted to see if there was anything that I already had that I could create similar looks, because we on a budget. Like, it's summertime, we're trying to travel, we're trying to, get lives together, all of the things. And if I don't have to spend the $69 for it, I definitely do not want to. So I was able to pull a few things out of my collection. So we're gonna do a Natasha Denona Yucca palette alternative eye look. Lots of words, you know what I'm saying. If you like this kind of video, be sure to comment and like down below. And if you're not subscribed, boo, what are we doing? Let's go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss when I do an upload. I know that I'm looking real crazy right now, but I'm batch filming. So if you see this outfit again, anything like that, I mean, it's just a tank top. It's not anything super fancy. But if you see it again, you know why. Just shh, don't say nothing. So this Natasha Denona palette, $69, Sephora Ulta. Natasha claims that this 15 shade eyeshadow palette was inspired by the tropicals and brings a mix of foils, metallics, and mattes. It's high color payoff, it's long lasting, and it's very easy to blend out. What I found in my collection to be an alternative are some Juvia's Place palettes. This one is the Tribe by Juvia's, and this one is the Nomad by Juvia's. They range between $17 and $20, so you could get both of these for much less, what, $30 less or so than getting that one palette. So the Tribe by Juvia's Place looks like this. There we go. And I'm thinking some of these colors here are going to be pretty similar to the ones in the Natasha Denona palette. And this one here overall is going to be a really good one for that palette. I went ahead and primed my eyes off camera. We're going to go right in with a little bit of a transition. So I'm going to kind of mix these two together, I think. I think that's going to be a pretty little mix here. So let's see how this all works out. I am planning on eventually buying that palette, but since I do buy everything with my own money, I'm not in a big rush to spend that much, to be completely honest with you. Like I said, it's summertime. We're just trying to save money to go on trips. We're just trying to make sure that we are out here enjoying life the best that we can. And $69 for one eyeshadow palette, that's a whole bill. Okay, like, I don't know about you, but for me, that is definitely a whole bill. As you can see, I was able to go ahead and get that blended out. I'm now going to go in with like this deep green shade right here, which is very similar to one of the shades in the other palette as well. And I'm going to bring that kind of underneath and put it right along my orbital bone. The orange I did bring up a little higher, like just past my orbital bone, but not by much. Just to make sure that I still have the transition shade, I'm going to go back in and just blend that in, bringing that just a bit higher, but not much. So I'm going to make sure that you can see that transition shade and that it doesn't get lost with that green. I think what makes this work is definitely the tones. Natasha Denona's palette is a little bit more of like a neutral slash a neutral cool, but not in a scary way. Cool tones can be a little bit challenging to work with, but I think that she found like a really good balance to that. But I also think that this has found a really good balance to that. I have more of a neutral tone. They're not pulling gray on my skin. They look very, very natural and are giving like that tropical vibe, you know, like we on the beach, we chilling, just hanging out. I am going to deepen that up just a bit. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of, well, I just dropped a brush. Don't think I want it, but it's cool. What I want to do, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a tighter brush. This one I think is just going to have to work. I'm going to go in with this deeper green right here. And I'm going to use that like right up in here, like where my crease is. And I'm going to bring it just past that. not by much. And then it looks like it has a shade similar to this in it. It also looks like it has shades similar to these two in it. There we go. Similar to these two in it. I think I'm gonna do a mix. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just go in with this one. Because I do like this. I think that's super pretty. So we're gonna try this one. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. Yeah, that's gorgeous. And I'm just dabbing that on with my finger. I did not wet my finger. I did not wet the palette. This is like straight out. That looks fantastic. Like, I need to wipe off my finger. And then I'm just gonna take whatever's left on this brush and use it to blend. Because I don't want there to be like any harsh lines, you know? No harsh lines. And that other one, I'm gonna use to blend, not adding anything. I'm just gonna use it to kind of blend everything up top because we're not about that harsh line life. I think this is really close to a few of the looks that you would be able to get out of the Natasha Denona palette. I went in with just this palette, like that was it. So you may not even necessarily need to buy this other palette. They do have one in the Yucca palette that is like similar to like these shades down here. So you may, you know, if you're wanting to dab in just a little bit of color, maybe something that you would want to pick up. I mean, again, you can get both of them for what, $37? That's still half of what this Natasha Denona palette is. I, you know, mentioned that I am planning on getting the palette, just not right now. But now that I see this, I'm like, do I really need it? Do I really need it? I am gonna put on the rest of my face and I will be right back with a finished look. I finished the rest of my makeup. I did add a little bit more of that gold shimmer shade like in the corners because I wanted that part to be really, really bright. Not like an inner corner highlight, but just like right past the inner corner. But I think overall that this look came out really, really good. I'm really contemplating now if I need that palette whatsoever. I mean, again, we're trying to save some money, so I don't know. I've got a very similar look out of some of the similar shades. This is a great alternative to that palette. It is a third of the price, so I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below. Also, let me know, do you already own that palette? And if you were thinking about getting the Natasha Denona palette or not. I love to read your thoughts and your comments, so be sure to leave them down below. Also, like, comment, and share this video if you have not already. I love you guys. May God continue to bless you, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.